All right, day 2 of working on the drums. Well, I was going to call it the drum solo, but it's not the drum solo. It's the drum part played during the solo of Beatles' Day Tripper. Working on this for a student. Thought I would do these live. Just kind of help you guys out too if you're working on this part. There's not really a good video breakdown online that you can find, so we're just going to jump in. If you guys need more time on this exercise, go to the video from yesterday. And if you want to help support us making more of this content, if you guys have sheet music needs, become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. And like I said, let's just dive in. So we're just going to start with a simple exercise of ignoring the crashes and just getting this 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And it's kind of the basis of what you're going to be playing on this song, or in this part of the song. So with a click. So 98 is kind of a chill tempo to just get started with. Now with crashes. Well, and let me talk about what I'm doing too, because obviously I did this yesterday, so I'm just diving right in. So it's really figuring out like how would he approach the cymbals. Now he might have done it a little bit different. There's not a great video online where you can see what his hands are doing. Ringo Starr's also left-handed drummer, so he might have just led with his left hand, and then on the beats that he had hit the crash, switch over. We don't know. We might find out someday. So what I'm doing is going 1 and 2. And then on 3, I'm opening up, which would make the most sense because your ride's over here anyway. And just making a little exercise out of that. Then on the second measure is going 1 and 2. Now, some of this complication, a seasoned or professional drummer would look at this right away and go, well, of course you're going to play this way. You know, I'm a low-level drummer, mid to low level. And oftentimes, obviously, I'm teaching kids most of the time, and they're lower level than I. So, you know, like I have to spend a little bit more time, and they do too, figuring out, okay, what's the right way to approach this? And you know, like, you know, if you approach 100 songs that way, or even, I always say to students 10. If you learn 10 songs, you're going to learn like a lot of the ideas that's in music. What's up? I can't make out that emoji, but I think it's positive. But what's up with you, brosup? Am I okay? I think I'm okay. I hope I am. I don't know. Is there a reason I wouldn't be okay? Am I freeze framing a lot? So anyway, on this second measure, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I'm now confused about why I wouldn't be okay. Let me know. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Do I know who you are? Am I just being rude and I forgot who you are? But you asked if I'm okay and you love me. It's nice to have a little love. Hear a little, and I called this out yesterday too, on the second measure, 1 and 2 and. It's probably just getting back to there in time. gotta watch that. As we get up to 138, it'll get harder. All right, let's go up by 6s. Let's go up by 4s. So 102. Let's give it a try. Again, my main goal today is just continue tightening it up. Tomorrow I'll most likely do a loop video with this, which will be slower tempos. And then those slow tempos and actually having to like record 4 measures or 4 times with this in a row forces me to just get even tighter on the part. Oh, so let's do that warm up where we do 2 of just snare and kick, and then 2 with the crashes. Back to kicks. I find it interesting too how my whole approach, so if I'm doing this, it's easy for me to stay in time. As soon as I add the cymbal and a little bit of movement, it's harder for me. It's just a skill that I have to work on developing. All right, let's speed it up a little bit. We'll go to 108. Same idea. So this is kind of my preferred way to practice. Little bit of zone out. Just kind of trying to play tight, trying to get the idea down, trying to be consistent. Those are the ambitions that I'm going for as I just kind of like, I don't know, play a minute or two at this tempo. Seems a little redundant, but it's every tempo I'm kind of warming up, thinking about it, trying to get that groove, trying to speed up, trying to work on techniques. There's a lot going on, even though it looks like you're just playing the same thing over and over again. I always reiterate to what I do in lessons, like it's just sitting there and practicing, sitting there and going over it, doing that over and over again. It shouldn't be, hey, like you don't go home and play this beat once. You go home and play this beat for an hour. This beat is in 100 songs. It's in actually thousands of songs. 100 would be way too little. Might be zoning out a little bit too much. All right, let's go with 118. I won't say anything's incredibly tight that I'm playing. Probably the best thing to do is like do 20 minutes on this, go work on the other section of the solo, which again, like I'm not totally sold on because it's a little bit out of my my pay rate. Pay rate, yeah. Over my pay rate. I think that's the saying. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's nice to work on something, take a break, work on something. I'm now zoning out too much. All right, 22. I'm zoning out to the place where I'm like, wait, what measure am I playing? It's probably happy medium in the zone out. keep speeding it up. Keep doing these big jumps. So 6s. Yeah, there's still a little sloppiness on that 2 and 2 and 2 and. Faster speeds are just going to show the weaknesses more, but you know, that's kind of where I'm at. And then tomorrow, slower tempos. That one kind of fell off the rails because my hand technique. All right, let's speed it up. As we're getting to these faster tempos, let's just go up by 4. So this is 132 out of 138. That's not terrible. If you want to work on this part, here's the best things that I can tell you. Getting a great kick drum workout, boom, 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 boom. So any song that has a quarter note kick drum pattern, like this is going to help you use the right technique. So I'm using the heel up just to get a little bit more flexibility. On my right hand, I'm doing the push pull. So by working on this song, you're getting 2 different exercises and putting it all together. We'll go 36. And then we'll end up doing 140, which is fast in the song, but that's always a good thing to do. See how fast we can go today. One, two, three, four. Can really hear that's the top of my range, right? If I was a singer, well, try to be a singer, but if I was singing, those would be high notes out of my range. I can do them. I can do the approximation of it. But as we start getting faster, your hand technique starts falling apart. So, same thing here. Pushing this 140 is only going to help kind of like strengthen, well, not strengthen, but I don't know, help me continue to develop better hand technique. And then hopefully when I slow it down to 138, it's a little bit more relaxed for me. What it felt like. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So for me, and for anybody who's watching this, don't beat yourself up on these faster tempos if you start playing sloppy like I just did there. Ideally, yes, you'd be playing in time at this tempo, but also it's like you're just trying to work on speed right now. You can bring in timing and playing tighter as you go. If you try to fix both right away, you're always going to be playing slow tempos. There's nothing wrong with slow tempos. I had a long discussion with this about a couple different people. Slow tempos are the jam. Like, it really helps you reaffirm a lot of stuff. It helps you concentrate, helps you focus, helps you make sure that you're doing this good technique with your hand and your foot. But then you do need to bring it to the racetrack, and you do need to play, right? You eventually need to go fast. So it's picking these battles of like, okay, if I only play slow, that's all I'm ever going to do. If I only play fast, that's all I'm just going to play sloppy forever. So, play slow when you need to, work on faster speeds, be willing to go back. Like tomorrow when I start doing tracking on this one, I'm going to be starting at probably a little bit above half tempo, maybe like 60% of full speed. And that's going to be a good tempo for me to really reaffirm hand technique. And it might even mean that I get section 1 and section 2 done, like 60% and 80%, and I don't get 100% tomorrow. That's okay. Just going through the process will make you better. Did I move the tempo up? Let's move to 44 before we drop. The other thing I like about metronomes, I had this in a lesson the other day, is it tells me where I'm at, right? So when we started today and I was at 98 BPM, I know where I'm at in the song. Song is 138. That's the prize. That's the end of this level in the video game, right? 98, and if I would end today's session with 120 and feeling good about that, then I know the distance I have to travel. And so often, like, we just practice by ourselves without a metronome, without a click, without any of that good stuff, and we call it good enough. And it's just like, no, you should do both. You should adhere to the metronome. There's lessons it wants to teach you, so let it teach you. So it's right, like 144 I know is the top of my game. Like, it's kicking my butt. Like, I can't keep these eighth notes even going well with just my right hand. Now we're going to do it one more time. We'll just take a little bit of a pause and see if it'll get a little bit better. It was very much me trying to hold on to it versus like having command of it. So sloppy. But we're going to do one more. Till we fall off the rails one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now it does sound like I'm murdering the metronome. So let's drop 3. So let's go to 41. So kind of give myself a... Dude, I try to correlate this to weightlifting all the time. Clearly, I need to do more of that. But like, you just benched your max. Now you're dropping the weight and you're doing one more workout, and then you're going to drop the weight again, and you're at... I guess it doesn't work out, but you're just getting a little bit more of a workout in and pushing your limit. It might also mean on your max, you're not getting a ton of reps. You're at least doing a couple, though. Sloppy. All right, 38. See how it goes. You would then hope this would be a little bit easier. There's some good and then there's some bad in there. All right, we're going to come back to this. Let's look at these 2 measures. This is the last part of the solo section that the drums are playing. So we got this, I'm just going to leave my foot off there. So we got this snare leading beat, which is just awesome because it kind of pushes the momentum. Now, the next section I struggle with, just playing these 8th notes, 1 and 2 and... For me to play consistent, I don't have that skill yet. 1 and 2 and... So, and then all he does is moves it to the crash. So we're just going to try to get these 2 decent. So we're going to play a little bit of this one, we'll play a little bit of that one, and push these tempos. Don't know if this is on the docket for me to get to full speed. Playing this beat I could do. The other beat, 138. Yeah, that might be a little hard. Okay, let's just warm up on this one. Now, 80 sounds slow compared to where we just were. 1 and 2 and... So easy. But anytime you're running through something easy, ask yourself the questions. Am I playing with tension? Am I playing with good technique? Use that time when you're playing something easy to just reassess what you're doing, how you're playing. We'll see if I can jump into this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Definitely better than yesterday on that, but I don't know how much faster we could really go. Let's do 86, and we'll do this backwards. We'll start with this beat, and then we'll go to the other one. Just kind of level them up and see how fast we can get them in the next 10 minutes. I like this idea of like starting with that kick and just trying to like get that to line up nicely and sound good. One and see, I fell apart. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right now my leg has 2 speeds, slow or slightly faster than that. So this is a good exercise for me to work on. I think it's a good exercise for anyone. Just fucking put a metronome on at like 80 and go 1 and I couldn't even do it. 1 and what's your 80? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Now you can hear it starting to get ahead of me. Really trying to control the bounces. So instead of like right burying the beater, letting it come back to me so it's ready to hit again. 1 and 2 and 3. But the lack of control that I have on 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we're going to try to develop some control as we play this. And I think that's the cool thing, again, about learning from songs. It shows you where you're weak. I can't play a beat like that, so it says I need to work on stuff. All right, let's try that again with metronome. So you're just going to have to deal with that being sloppy as we work on fixing that. All right, the other beat. Now, here is why you play stuff that's not in your skill range, right? Playing this, I play like crap. I'm not good at that yet. But then when I go to a simpler beat, it just becomes, all right, shoot, now I can't play that. My leg's literally like, bro, this is half the speed. This is really easy for me to do. So challenge yourself, come back to easier stuff. And again, like, since I don't have to do a video for this one, I don't have to do like a loop video yet. You know, I'm going to get what I can out of this song. I'm going to move on. I'm going to pack up for 4 weeks and work on some other songs, and then come back to this one with hopefully a better skill set down the road. All right, we're going to let's do 90. Got like 10 more minutes. So I'm going to do 2 more tempo changes on this part, and then I'll go to the other part. Now let's do the other measure. No reason to change. Kick. So it seemed okay when I was just doing the clicking, but as soon as I try to play the beat, it's too much. Oh, see, I'm doing the other one. I got distracted. All right, not good, but it will get better. All right, let's do 94. We're going to start with the hard one. All right, we're going to do this one, and then we're going to go back to the other, and then we'll call it a practice. So in my practices, I really like to work on a section, leave that section for like 10 minutes, come back to that section at the end, reaffirm it. Oftentimes will feel like a double practice for me, and you just have some better gains. So we're going to just jump in at 138, see how we do. We're going to go back and forth between. And then putting the cymbals in on both those measures. 1, 2, and 3, 4. There were a couple in there for sure that were sloppy on the 2 of the second measure. That 8th note still gets me if I don't have. It's probably a better way, debatable better way to play it. Seems a little less sloppy, but I don't kind of, at this point, want to start over with a slow tempo. So we're just going to let's do 140. We're going to keep the sticking we have. I say this quite often, a better drummer, better musician could probably pick that up quicker. Just have better understanding of rudiments. The more songs you learn, the more passages you know how to like manipulate, and you can use your right hand and left hand interchangeably. I have to spend a little bit more time just because we're on Drum Live number 43. So we got some work to do. All right, I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys for checking us out. MusicByTheMeasuresPro.com. If you guys have a need for sheet music, let us know. transcriptions. We have like over 400. I think we have 500 titles at this point. So help support us. If you want more content like this, let us know. If you have a song suggestion, let us know that as well. And I'll talk to you guys all soon.